Good day, children. Our fourth chapter is The Rat Trap. You might have seen in your houses a trap made of iron or wood to catch rats. That is rat trap. So this chapter is written by Selma Lagerlof. She was born in 1858 and died in 1940. She was a Swedish writer. Sweden is a state in Europe, and the people living in Sweden are called Swedish. So she was a Swedish writer whose stories have been translated in many languages. A universal theme runs through all of them. A common theme runs through all her stories, a belief that the essential goodness in a human being can be awakened through understanding and love. This story is set amidst the mines of Sweden, rich in iron ore, which figure large in the history and legends of that country. The story is told somewhat in the manner of a fairy tale. So basically, this chapter is based on the theme that every person in this world has good and bad qualities. The goodness may be 5%, 3%, or only 1%. That also in slumber form. Now, the need is to awake that 1% goodness. Now, how can we do that? By shaking or giving jerks to it. So, the goodness can be awakened by showing love towards that person, by understanding him. So, we can't change any person, but our right attitude, our good behavior, and our understanding nature will definitely change others. So, we are going to read a story about a man who used to sell rat traps, moving from one place to another. Let's start the chapter. Once upon a time, there was a man who went around selling small rat traps of wire, rat traps made of wire. He made them himself at odd moments from the material he got by begging in the stores or at the big farms. So, the material used to make the rat traps, he used to beg it from the stores or from the farmhouses. But even so, the business was not especially profitable. So he had to resort to both begging and petty thievery to keep body and soul together. So, because the business was not profitable, so he has to do begging as well as small thefts. Petty means small and thievery means thefts. So, small thefts to keep body and soul together means to live, to survive in this world. Even so, his clothes were in rags, total torn out. His cheeks were sunken, he was so thin, and hunger gleamed in his eyes. Hunger could be seen from his eyes. No one can imagine how, how sad and monotonous is dull life. Dull life can appear to such a vagabond who plods along the road. Plods means who wanders or walks slowly along the road, left to his own meditations. So, when he used to move on the roads, he was totally lost in his own thoughts. But one day, this man had fallen into a line of thought which really seemed to him entertaining. Now, all of a sudden, one day, an idea struck to his mind. He had naturally been thinking of his rat traps when suddenly he was struck by the idea that the whole world around him, the whole world with its lands and seas, its cities and villages, was nothing but a big rat trap. It had never existed for any other purpose than to set baits for people. So one day an idea struck to his mind that this whole world, which is full of which is full of attractions. Now, what type of attractions are there? The world is full of lands, seas, cities, and villages. So, according to him, this whole world full of attraction is a rat trap. So, he thinks that we human beings are rats, and this world is a rat trap, and we are attracted towards it. So, it offered riches and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing, exactly as the rat trap offered cheese and pork. Pork is a pig meat, and as soon as anyone let himself be tempted to touch the bait, it closed in on him, and then everything came to an end. Now he says that according to him, this word offers us, gives us riches, money, joys, happiness, shelter, food, heat, clothing. So word gives us lot of things. Exactly as the rat trap. Now just imagine a rat trap and a piece of pork, piece of pig meat, or a piece of cheese is hung in the rat trap. And as soon as the rat is attracted towards that piece of pork or cheese, the rat trap is closed onto him. And then everything comes to an end, means it is the end of that rat. Once the rat is attracted towards the bait, that piece of bread or cheese is a bait for it. Bait means attraction. Once the rat is attracted towards that piece, it enters into the rat trap, and it is the end of the rat. So the word had, of course, never been very kind to him. So it gave him unwanted joy. Unwanted means unusual. Unwanted joy to to think ill of it in this way. It became a cherished pastime of his during many dreary ploddings. Dreary means dull. Ploddings means wanderings, moving from one place to another very slowly, in slow movement. So, very dull ploddings, to think of people he knew who had let themselves be caught in the dangerous snare. Snare is a dangerous trap, and of others who were still circling around the bait. Now, this rat trap seller was not happy with the word, because word has never given happiness to him. That's why he always think bad about the word, always think ill about the word. So one day, while moving from one place to another for selling rat traps, he was just thinking and passing his time on the way that many people are caught in the rat trap, and many are circling around the rat trap